Hello, everyone, and welcome to another live stream. This is just a very quick discussion on. Oh, sorry about the bin bag. Let me put that away. Don't want to look at that the whole time. I was meant to throw that out earlier. Welcome to this live discussion on some very good news. It transpires that in the UK we received news about a COVID vaccine, which is fantastic because Lord knows we needed something good to end the year on. And I just wanted to do this quick discussion on, obviously, as a Bond fan, how does this affect the release date of No Time to Die, which is currently scheduled to be released on the 2nd of April 2021. The movie has seen many delays, and it's been a rocky road. I mean, moreover, the year itself has just been very disappointing, and I think all of us could really do with some good news. And I'm very glad that this vaccine has been approved and that it is going to start rolling out from next week to the more vulnerable people. But over the course of the early months of 2021, it's still going to take a while before things start to feel normal. So, in my opinion, I think there are good odds that we will see the movie in April. I'm not going to put a stamp on it and say yes, definitely. There's never 100% guarantee, but I'd say the odds at the moment are 70%, 75% that we'll see it in April. They could still push it back, depending on the situation. Again, it's all being played by ear at the moment. It's really just dependent on how quickly the vaccine rolls out. It really is. I mean, and they wouldn't have approved this vaccine if they really didn't think it was going to work. So, yeah, I am very confident that there is light at the end of the tunnel, and we are slowly going to get through the pandemic. And I think the pandemic will hopefully reach its end maybe this time next year, hopefully the end of 2021. Everyone will have been vaccinated and all the restrictions will be gone. So I never knew how much I missed socializing. I really do. This year has just proved that. I also want to just quickly say, in regards to my previous video, when I mentioned about the delay again, I was annoyed. I was frustrated as a Bond fan because it's just another delay, and they did so much marketing, and it felt like they just changed their minds at the last minute. But to be fair, they probably had good reason to, because we did, the UK anyway, entered into another lockdown, and there were lockdowns all over the place. So I want to apologize for my reaction in my previous video. If I came across in the wrong way, I apologize. It wasn't my intention to be disrespectful to the Bond producers or to anyone. But I was just frustrated as a Bond fan, and I probably did not approach that video in the right way. I was just kind of venting off in that video, which was not the right thing to do. In hindsight, they didn't have a choice. They would have had to delay it. So much like the first time back in March when we went into a national lockdown, then they pushed the movie back to November. And yeah, I guess I was just frustrated because it felt like such a long time since then. But anyway, enough about that. So apologies for that. But I am optimistic. I am optimistic. I mean, we'll have to see the movie eventually. There's no doubt about that. It's finished. It's finished. And I really am hopeful now. I mean, Christmas is almost upon us, and we are hopefully going to be spending a decent Christmas, even though it's not going to be with everybody that we imagined. But as a Bond fan, yeah, I would say I'm optimistic that we'll see it in April. Not for definite. Maybe they'll push it back another few weeks or so. I don't know. I would hope that this is it. But once again, depends on how quickly the vaccine rolls out. I mean, at least it's been approved now. Things are starting to feel like there is some hope. Whereas earlier in the year it was a bit doom and gloom. But of course, a vaccine takes a long time, and I just want to take this moment to thank all the people that worked on the vaccine, because they saved our lives. I mean, I know a lot of people have died from COVID, and it's not been the easiest of times to deal with, and all the social distancing and isolation has done people no favors in terms of mental health and everything else, and people have lost loved ones. Everybody has had to sacrifice something this year because of this fucking virus. So I also want to take a moment to thank everybody as well, because we've all done our bit to support this time. I mean, I'm from the UK, and I know that there are other people across the world who have had it much worse, certainly in America. But everybody has had a really bad year. So yeah. But anyway, as a Bond fan, yeah, the prospect of seeing No Time to Die in April is looking slightly more promising now. If there was no vaccine news, I would have just said no. I would have said they'll delay it again. They will. To be fair, realistically, nothing else can be done about the movie industry until we have a vaccine. And now that we have it, and it's coming, films will hopefully come back in 2021. And I think all the delayed movies will hopefully release next year. I can't guarantee it, but some of them might be delayed. But I mean, Kingsman, The King's Man is due to release in February, but I don't know how likely that is. I mean, cinemas are going to reopen. Obviously, there's Wonder Woman is sticking to its December release, which is amazing because now that we have a vaccine, hopefully this makes things a bit easier than when Tenet was released in summer. So there's no real way to kind of say how it's going to go, but from No Time to Die, we could see it in April, and that's a very exciting prospect. I really hope so. I'm keeping my fingers crossed on that one. Yeah, the only other thing to mention about Bond, I have to say, is that the announcement of a new video game. Yeah, recently they announced that there is going to be a new video game going into production. I think it's called Project 007 or something. I can't remember what it's called, but it is definitely coming. And it's in the early stages of development, like the really early stages of development. So presumably it's going to be the first Bond game to go on a next-gen console, which is amazing because we haven't had a Bond game since 007 Legends, and I may review some of the James Bond video games at some point in the run-up to No Time to Die. I do plan to review Never Say Never Again and Casino Royale Spoof as well. I do own some of the Bond video games, so I may be able to give you some more video game reviews on James Bond, which would be lovely. But yeah, no, this new game, I think it will be pretty much for the new Xbox and the new PlayStation. Obviously, the PS5. I'm not sure what the new Xbox is called. I don't play Xbox. I'm a PlayStation person. But that is exciting. I'm really glad that we're getting a new video game for 007. It's a shame we couldn't have one during the lockdown, but oh well, beggars can't be choosers. And my No Time to Die t-shirt is ruined. It's ruined. I got this last year in hope to wear it for April of this year in order for when the movie was supposed to release, but it's been through the wash more times than I've had hot dinners, so yeah, that's disappointing. But please, I know there's nobody commenting in the chat at the moment, but everyone, please comment on what you think about the prospect of seeing No Time to Die. Do you think we'll see it in April? My heart says yes, but realistically, it's a double-edged sword for me. My heart wants to say yes, but the optimist in me is saying it's too early to say, really. Wait till the vaccine rolls out. We have to see the film eventually, but the news about it coming next year is more promising. I just don't know about April. April is quite soon, actually. It's 4 months away. So yeah, again, it just depends on the rollout of the vaccine. But I think there is a good chance we'll see it in 2021. I am keeping my optimism for that. I know, Jack, you're saying you're not holding out hope on it. Well, fair enough, man. But let's wait and see. Let's wait and see. But you must be excited about the video game. That's something. Although I can't purchase a PS5 at the moment. They're just so expensive. So expensive. I'm not someone who is really a hardcore gamer anyway. So the prospect of even purchasing one is kind of low on my list, really. I'm not that bothered about it. Unless there's a game which I'm really interested in, then I might consider it. But at the moment, it's too expensive. So I'll wait. I think I'll wait for about a year or two and wait till it goes down in price. I mean, the world of gaming, everything's so expensive anyway. Most of the stuff you buy is all downloadable content. And yeah, it's all going in that sort of direction. But as for Bond, yes, video game, great news. The COVID vaccine, great news. We've got that approved. We can get the more vulnerable treated first. And as for my own experience during the lockdown, it's been a rocky one. I was unemployed for most of it, but I have a job now, which is good. And I'm just working here and there where I can. And I'm hoping that 2021 is the recovery year. And I think it will be. I think that's what it looks like, judging from what the statistics say and from what experts have said in the news about the vaccine. I think the vaccine is called Pfizer. I think that's what its name is, spelt with a silent P at the start. But not that that matters. So yeah, it is going to be a logistical challenge to store the vaccine. But I'm optimistic about the vaccine. I think it will be fine, and I think in the long run we will see a big difference. And hopefully by spring next year, the cases will have reduced dramatically, and we might be able to see things going slightly back to normal. But yeah, as for No Time to Die's release, yeah, I'm optimistic. I'm optimistic. For me, it's the odds are about 70%. I'd say there's a good chance we'll see it in April, but I'm not going to confirm that. I'm not going to say. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to hold out hope for that. Yeah, £70 for a game is very expensive. That's way too expensive for a game for me. Yeah, I thought even 50 quid was expensive when I purchased The Last of Us Part 2. Well, actually, I didn't buy that. My dad purchased that for me. It was £52.99. Then again, it was the limited edition steelbook, but even so, for a new release, that is quite a lot of money. So, yeah. But whatever. I'm not a hardcore gamer, so I don't know too much about that. And then there's all the downloadable content that you have to buy as well. So gone are the days where they just released complete games. And then you have to purchase everything. But yes, Bond video game reviews will come at some point. I probably will review 007 Legends first. I've played that a couple of times. There's not much to that game. But the other ones I might have to replay. I don't know if I have all of them. I've got the PS3 ones. I've got GoldenEye Reloaded, Quantum of Solace, Bloodstone. Oh yeah, and I had 007 Legends. So yeah, maybe I'll get one of the new Xbox. Perhaps I'm just so used to the PlayStation controls, so probably mess my brain up. But yeah. There's not much else to really say. So if you haven't commented in the live chat, please comment down below. Let me know what you think of the news about the vaccine and what are the odds of seeing No Time to Die next year. What do you think? Because obviously, you know, this movie wants to release internationally. So the vaccine needs to be distributed internationally, ideally, before they do release it. Unless they're going to do what they did with Tenet, which is slowly roll it out. But I can't see them doing that with No Time to Die because it's such a big movie. So much money has gone into it. They want to be sure that everywhere is safe before they can release it. But yeah, it must be frustrating for them, to be fair. But anyway, my sincere apologies as well for my previous video. I didn't mean to go off on a rant, and in hindsight, they went into a lockdown, so that's not their fault. So if I seemed confrontational towards the producers, I apologise. That wasn't my intention. Anyway, thanks very much to Jack, Film Fanatic, for commenting in the live chat, and I'll see you all soon. See ya.